The play Hamlet begins with Hamlet mourning the death of his father 2 months ago. His uncle Claudius married his mother and is now the king of Denmark. Hamlet's father's ghost appeared to him to tell him he was murdered by Claudius and asked him to seek revenge. Hamlet asks players to perform a play and asks them to add a scene where they act out the murder and watch Claudius's reaction to make sure the ghost was telling the truth. Hamlet wants to take revenge on Claudius, but his overanalyzing personality causes him to question every decision he's about to make. Hamlet has a heated conversation with his mother and then kills Polonius, who is listening to the conversation. Claudius and Gertrude are stunned by Hamlet's actions and believe he has gone crazy. Claudius exiles Hamlet to England and arranges a plan to send Rosencrantz and Guildenstern to escort him to his execution. However, Hamlet discovers this plan and instead has his friends put to death and returns to Denmark. Overcome with grief over the death of her father and Hamlet's recent behavior, Ophelia drowns in a lake. Laerte, Ophelia's brother, returned to Denmark. Claudius and Laerte plan to kill Hamlet during a fencing match with a poisoned sword and a poisoned drink. During the match, the queen accidentally drinks from the toast intended for Hamlet and dies. Both Laerte and Hamlet are cut from the poisoned sword, and once Hamlet realizes he's going to die, he stabs Claudius and pours the rest of the poison in his mouth. Before death, Hamlet declares the throne to be passed on to Prince Fortinbras of Norway. Mental health is a prevalent issue in the play Hamlet. From the beginning of the play, Hamlet shows signs of depression, needing someone to talk to, and feeling like he can't talk about what's bothering him. In this time period, mental health is not yet an understood concept. As Hamlet goes through hardships in his life, he struggles with the concept of living or dying, and he also considers suicide as an option to deal with what he's going through. Most characters in the play are talking about Hamlet, wondering if he's gone crazy or if he's insane or mad. No one asks Hamlet what's wrong or what they can do to help him. Only until recently is mental illness becoming less stigmatized in society. We are learning that mental illness is just as painful and challenging as physical illness and is definitely just as dangerous. Campaigns like Bell Let's Talk and Mental Health Awareness Week encourage people to talk about their illness, to feel like they aren't alone, and to know there is always someone to talk to who cares. They are important to raise awareness so society becomes more understanding of those who suffer from mental illness. If Hamlet existed in today's society, hopefully someone would have been there for him to talk to, and maybe he wouldn't have become so violent, hurtful, and suffered so much throughout his life. Ripped gloves. A recurring theme in Hamlet is mortality. This theme is most prevalent in Hamlet's famous speech, "To be or not to be." In this speech, Hamlet wonders if it's nobler to suffer and put up with the pain you are feeling, or to take your life into your own hands and end that pain. Hamlet also believes the only reason people don't commit suicide when they are struggling is because of fear of the unknown, not knowing what heaven or the afterlife is like, or even if one exists. Hamlet is a death-filled play, beginning with the death of Hamlet's father, then Polonius, then Rosencrantz, Guildenstern, Ophelia, Laerte, Gertrude, Claudius, and then Hamlet. The play comes to a close with most of Hamlet's questions about death left unanswered and most of the characters passing on. This ending leaves room for the audience to come up with their own thoughts and opinions on what they believe happens after life ends.